Okay, the continue of the next. This problem carries complete, that is, what is the maximum possibilities of asking the unknown. It will covers. What is the statement of the problem means two gear wheel mesh externally are to give a velocity ratio of 3 to 1, that is 3 is to 1 it is. The teeth are of involute form. Module is 6 millimeter. Addendum is equal to 1 module. A is equal to 1 m it is. Addendum is 1 module. The pressure angle is 20 degree. The pinion rotates at 90 rpm. Determine which are the things we need to find out. The first one is number of teeth to avoid that interference. The pinion to avoid the interference is nothing. The driver we are going to call it as an gear number 1. The driven or else the pinion we are going to call it as an gear number 2. So that is what pinion means. 2 we are going to find out. So corresponding teeth on wheel. Next one, the length of path of arc of contact. The third one is number of pair of teeth in contact ratio we need to find out. The last one is what? Velocity of sliding. That is 4 unknowns we need to find out here. So now let's segregate the data. So first one is what? Is specify the velocity ratio of the gear. That is 3 is to 1. Velocity ratio is what? We are going to call it as an what? I is equal to N1 divided by N2 is equal to R2 divided by R1 is equal to Z2 divided by Z1. This is the standard. That is what design standard is. I is equal to N1 by N2 is equal to R2 by R1 is equal to Z2 by Z1. Now in this problem is specified the speed of the pinion. Pinion means N2, speed, gear 2 speed is specified. I is equal to 3 is to 1 means N1 divided by N2 is equal to 3 divided by 1, that is I is equal to 3. Module is specified in the problem. Module is equal to how much? 6 millimeter. And addendum is equal to, addendum is specified, addendum is equal to 1 module, that is A is equal to 1 m. M stands for what? Module. How much it is? 6 millimeter. 1 into 6 will become 6 millimeter. Pressure angle is specified in the problem 20 degree. That pressure angle is 20 degree. Number of teeth present in the that is speed, the pinion rotating at a speed of 90 rpm, that is N2 is equal to 90 rpm. These all are the data is given in the problem. So we need to find out. Let we go to the first one. Number of teeth on the pinion to avoid the interference. We discussed the derivation. Minimum number of teeth to avoid the interference. There we got the equation. Z2 is equal to 2ag divided by root of 1 plus sine square phi divided by I into 1 divided by I plus 2 all subtracted with 1. Ag is what? Addendum coefficient. Addendum coefficient for analytical we are going to assume it as an what? 1. So that is what? Z2 is equal to 2 into 1. Ag is equal to 1. We assumed it. Divided by 1 root of 1 plus sine square. Phi stands for pressure angle 20 degree. Divided by I. What is I? That is velocity ratio 3 into 1 divided by I means 1 divided by 3 plus 2 whole subtracted with 1. If you do the mathematical calculation, Z2 you will get it 44.9, which is approximately equal to 45. 44.9 means approximately equal to 45. So that is what velocity ratio is what? I is equal to N1 divided by N2 is equal to R2 divided by R1 is equal to Z2 divided by Z1. So now we come to know that the Z2, we can easily find out the Z1 by using the velocity ratio. That is I is equal to Z2 divided by Z1. What we calculate here? Z2. So substitute the value. I we know that value is 3. So if you keep the unknown left hand side, Z1 is equal to Z2 divided by I, that is 45 divided by 3. It will become what? Z1 is equal to 15. Number of teeth present in the gear 15. Number of teeth present in the pinion, that is 45. So now using this number of teeth we can easily find out the pitch circle radius of the gear as well as the pinion. What is the formula? R1 is equal to m Z1 divided by 2, that is equal to 6 into M stands for module, 6 into 15 divided by 2. If you do the calculation, you will get it 6 1, that is 3 times of 2 into 3 means you will get it 2 on the 2 3 is the 6. 3 you will get it, 3 into 15, 45 number of teeth you will get it. For the driver minimum, that is pitch circle radius is 45 for the driver. For the pinion, that is R2 is equal to mz2 divided by 2, that is 6 into 45 divided by 2. If you make a small mathematical calculation, you will get it 135 millimeter. That is pitch circle radius of the gear is 45 millimeter. Pitch circle radius of the pinion is 135 millimeter. Similarly, next first unknown we come to know. The second one is what? Path of contact. Next one is what? Arc of contact. The third one is that is path arc of contact is specified complete one line. First we need to find out path of contact. Next one is what? Arc of contact. Next one is what? Contact ratio. It's some procedure as like in derivation what we did it. Path of contact that is equal to square root of RA. That is what? Path of contact is nothing but an what? Path of approach plus path of recess. I substituting the value of it. That is what? Path of approach is equal to square root of RA2 square minus R2 square cos square phi plus root of RA1 square minus R1 square cos square phi minus R1 plus R2 sin phi. So I told you while discussing the theory of the gates as well as while deriving the derivation, while they are solving the problem, I told you guys addendum is what? Radial distance between addendum circle to the pitch circle. That is A is equal to RA2 minus R2. Addendum we know that 6. RA2 is unknown, keep as it is. So that is R2 of that is pinion pitch circle radius we calculated 135. Substitute the value, it will become RA2 is equal to 141. Similarly for the gear pinion we come to know the now gear. That is what? A is equal to RA1 minus R1. Radial distance between addendum circle to the pitch circle. Addendum is 6. RA1 is unknown, keep as it is. R1 is what? Pitch circle radius of gear is 45. Substitute the value, you will come to know that RA1 is equal to 51. Substitute the RA2 value, R2 value, phi value, RA1 value, R1 value, phi value to the path of contact equation. You will get it. Path of contact is equal to 28.49 millimeter. Next one is what? Arc of contact. What is arc of contact? Path of contact divided by cos phi. What is path of contact? 28.49 divided by cos phi means cos 20. If you do the mathematical calculation, you will get it 30.32 millimeter. Next, contact ratio. What is contact ratio? Arc of contact divided by circular pitch. What is circular pitch? PC. PC is equal to what? M into pi. Substitute the value. Contact ratio is equal to arc of contact divided by P instead of PC, M into pi, or else pi into M we can able to substitute. So that is arc of contact is 30.32 divided by pi into M value is how much? 6. So if you do the simple mathematical calculation, contact ratio, you will get it 1.608. That is what. So you couldn't able to write it as it is the same. You can able to write it which is nearer to the 2. So write it approximately equal to 2. What is the contact ratio? Approximately equal to 2. The last one, the velocity of sliding we need to find out. What is the velocity of sliding formula? Vs is equal to omega 1 plus omega 2 into path of approach. I told you guys path of contact is what? Path of approach plus path of recess. Path of approach is what? A square root of RA2 square minus R2 square cos square phi minus R2 sin phi. So RA2 we know that, R2 we know that, phi we know that. Substitute the value. Path of approach will become what? 15.37. There path of contact what we will find out. There we substituted the values completely, path of approach as well as the path of recess. The velocity of sliding is asking, so path of approach is required, so that's why I am going to substitute the value again, that is 15.37. So omega 1, that is omega angular velocity. What is 2 pi n divided by 60? Omega 1 is what? Gear. Omega 2 is what? Pinion. So omega 1 is what? 2 pi n divided by 60. So we don't know the value of n1, so we know the velocity ratio. I is equal to n1 divided by n2. In the problem is specified the data n2, the pinion speed is 90 rpm. If you substitute the value, n1 will become what? 270 rpm. So omega 1 is equal to what? 2 pi n divided by 60. 2 into pi into 270 divided by 60. By calculation we will get it 28.27 radian per second. Similarly, angular velocity of the pinion is 2 pi n2 divided by 60. 2 into pi into 90 divided by 60 means 9.424 radian per second. Omega 1 is what? 28.27. Omega 2 is what? 9.423. And the path of approach is what? 15.37. What is velocity of sliding? Omega 1 plus omega 2 of path of approach. Now V suffix s is equal to 28.27 plus 9.424 into whole multiplied with 15.37 means 579.48 millimeter per second is the velocity of the sliding force.